Good morning. It is day 15 of Flosmass. Thank you everyone for all of the well wishes. I'm feeling a bit better this morning. Yesterday was pretty rough. I probably felt the best that I did yesterday while I was filming, and then things just kind of went downhill from there. But feeling like I am on the mend today. So yeah, again, thank you so much. I appreciate all of your well wishes. And today my headache is gone so far. So I've been feeling like I just need to chill and relax and rest, but I have been able to stitch a little bit, which wasn't the case for most of the day yesterday. A really quick note about yesterday's gift, the After 8 chocolate. After I filmed, I remembered that I had these mints at my grandma's house. She was Canadian, and I feel like they were mint. And then I was watching, there were like a set of like mints. I don't know if After 8 does other chocolates too, but I feel like they're sort of like Andes mints was my recollection. It's been a really long time, but I was watching Four Boys and a Newfoundland Girl last night on FlossTube. She also got the After 8 package because I guess there were a variety of flavors that you could get. And she talked about how she didn't love the After 8 mints. There was another Canadian mint brand, I don't know. Anyways, but she does like the hot chocolate. So I'm excited to try this. Because I'm feeling a little bit better today. I think I might try it today. Yesterday, my stomach, there wasn't anything wrong. Like, I just didn't really feel super hungry, and like, I just had to take it easy on my stomach, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't have any real stomach symptoms, but it's mostly in my chest, luckily. So the headache was horrible, but I have like a dry cough, and then I haven't really had a lot of like head congestion, so I was able to sleep fairly well and rest up, which was really nice. Anyways, enough about that. So it's day 15. I have been waiting for the gnome to come out. It's about 9:30. Been waiting anxiously for the gnome clue to come out because I had a feeling I would have a package to open for Imagine Landscapes from the Loopy U. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place today. Last night I was able to get like the inside done and caught up. No, I had that done maybe? I don't even remember anymore. It's been a little bit of a blur. So I'm all caught up with, okay, I think I remember now. So yeah, yesterday morning before I started feeling real bad, I got this center motif done and the bottom band. And then I think I had these leaves done already. Maybe I got them done. If I didn't, I think I maybe did do them yesterday morning. And then I got like halfway through this band and I was off a half a stitch or one thread. And then that was when I decided that I was not feeling right and I needed to rest. And so I wasn't sure that I was going to get caught up really at all. And then yesterday evening, finally, I was probably like 9 o'clock or so. I had slept a lot of the day. Around 9 o'clock or so, I like took a shower and like got myself together, and I felt a little bit better and good enough to, I only had to pick back a couple stitches and kind of get resituated and then finish across here. And then I got the tenon bomb in. When I got all the way to the end, I realized that like I'm one stitch too far left. But of course I was all the way at the end when I realized I was off. And so it is what it is for now. I didn't pick it out right away. I'm really hoping I can fudge it and it not be too noticeable, but it will depend on what the rest of that band pattern looks like. So the main like separating band separators, those are right. It's just that my triangles are off and I would have to pick all of it out to make it right. So not super excited about that. Yesterday's gnome clue was a recipe for some delicious looking, I don't know. I didn't look at the recipe close enough, but it's like a fruit cookie pie kind of situation, like a bar. that looks really good, and you can choose different fruits. The one that the gnome suggested one is apple with cranberry, and I do have some frozen cranberries from last year, and I think I have a baking apple or two in my fridge. So I might try that maybe this weekend or closer to the holidays so we can have that for the holidays. Then today we got our clue, and I can open package 7. So this is my Loopy U knit along extras. That is an optional thing that I was able to pre-order, I think back in August or September. It was probably like the end of August, beginning of September sometime. Today we're knitting a gnome nose, which will be pretty straightforward, and then we're making some tassels, which are fun, but we need 2 different size forks. So I'm going to have to watch the video and then figure out what forks we need to make those tassels. We made tassels last year. I remember enjoying it. But I think we have like 3 or 4 tassels to make with different colors. So anyways, let's open day 7 for Loopy U first here. I love these cute little mini stickers. They're fun. Oh, so this is really fun. I almost bought myself another package of this recently, so I'm glad I didn't. It's hand salve from the Bar Co. soap shop in Honey Mint. So it is like a salve or like a lotion, but it's from a bar company. And it's a nice, it's actually, it's really nice right now. The Honey Mint is good. Sorry about the froggy voice, but so I'm excited for this. I was hoping that I need like a bigger one that I can put. I have 2 little mini ones that when I keep in my hand and lock case, but I was thinking I needed like a bigger one. I'm not very good about putting lotion routinely on my hands, and like it being cold out now, I get in the car, my hands get pretty dry. So yeah, that's fun. My prediction, because of the shape of this, was that it was one of those, they're like silicone ropes that you can use to like put in your stitches to like hold your stitches so that you can have space to like try garments on. And I have one of those already, which it would have been fine to have another one, but I'm probably more excited about this. So I'm glad my guess was wrong, I guess is the moral of the story. All right. Just to add a little, suspense to day 15 for the Evertote holiday countdown, I am going to open, I already took him out of the package, but I got my little like extra gnomes. I'm going to hide his name for a second to see if you can guess, but this is one that I knit last year. So he's got like some yellow, like intending to be pants. That's why it's like kind of in this like diagonal shape, because his coat is longer in the front than in the back, and he's got like a hat with a yellow band around it and a red feather. Do you have a guess who this is? This is Buddy the Elf. So I designed his colors based on the movie Elf and Buddy. So he's fun. I'll go put him on my tree when I'm done today. Okay, it's time. Let's open day 15 and see what stitching we have. This morning I've been sitting and stitching and working on, what did I work on? Oh, that's what I needed to talk about. We'll do that at the end. So working on some swatching for cross stitch. It's not like you swatch all the time, right, for knitting. Not often do we swatch for cross stitch, but I feel like in this situation with the countdown sale coming, I want, like, in being committed to it for the millions of it's not a million stitches, but it's going to feel like a lot for all of the stitches that it is. I'm actually just going to look, because I know Jacob tells us right out of the gate here. I think. So, there are, okay, math is hard. 40, close to 48,000 stitches is what I'm going to say. There's like almost 25,000 in one color and almost 23,000 in another color. So Geraldine, your math is horrible. Wait, is that right? That's closer to 50, isn't it? Math is really hard right now. it's a lot, right? It's a lot of stitches. And so I want to be sure that I've made the right choices with that. So, okay. And then I was working, so I finished that swatching and filmed it. And then I'm working on my stocking names. And I have my husband's about half done now. So here's the pattern. I still love those cute little cards. And here is the color. On Holiday. And I'm another fan of this reddish pink color. This looks like it's like maybe a little bit of a lighter version of Polish Chanel's. It reminds me the most of that, like that they go together. So yeah. It's super, I think it's going to go really well in there. I'm so excited. I did buy some, oh my God, my voice, I'm sorry. I did buy a few, like I think last night I got Tenenbaum. I think I was able, no, the 'Tis the Season isn't out yet. Rudolph was sold out. Like I put it in my cart, and then by the time I put it in my cart, it was sold out. So I didn't get Rudolph, but I got the other dark red poinsettia. I only got one skein. I tried to buy 2 of poinsettia. I think I did 1 Grinch. There was no Blue Christmas, and that's true from the last time. And I did get another skein or 2 of Polish Chanel because I love these colors for Christmas, and I'm thinking like in the future they would be really great, like a set to have for ornaments and stuff. So I'm just gonna squirrel them away with this kit for later. I am really wanting to get my hands on. I think I might have done a shortbread. I don't remember for sure, but I really want to get my hands on 'Tis the Season and Merry and Bright. I'm a fan of this one too. So we will see when the next grouping comes out. I'll have to watch out for that. Hopefully I can get some. Okay, let's talk about the pattern. Okay, this looks pretty straight. Sorry, I was just reading the message for today because I already saw Jacob's video, Jacob's post. And I'm curious if I don't remember, it was just a post I thought, so maybe there's a video too. Okay, there is more. It took me, sorry, like again. So we have so like how these are stepped with Merry and Bright, like these little like triangle steps in a diagonal. We have one come through here and then up here, and then one come down through here and up there with this color, which is really fun. And then this color is diamonds inside here. And so if I don't pull this out, my diamonds won't match on the ends. Unless I just decide to leave them out or modify them somehow. I'm really tempted to just make them match, but not be the same. You know what I mean? Like make them look the same, but like not go as far over on this side. So that I don't go too far to the left, or just leave them off, or maybe put like just a little dot there or something. So I have to think about that. Come back tomorrow and see what I decided to do. I really hope I don't have to pull all of those. Because I worked hard on those while I was feeling like stitching, but also not feeling the best. So to feel like that work was in vain is a little disappointing. I don't know how, I mean, I know how that happened, but I swear that in my head, I knew that I needed to go 2 over. And then I only went 1 over. It is what it is. So the message today says, though we do enjoy a good cup of hot cocoa, the winter months sometimes call for something a little stronger. So head over to our Instagram pages where we will share our favorite recipes with you. So Jacob shared, so it looks like it isn't a video, it's just an Instagram post. Jacob shared his recipe for glue wine or like spiced wine. And he had a modification with apple cider that you can also use like a cranberry juice or something to get it a little closer to maybe like or grape juice to make it like a glue wine. So yeah, all right. So that's my countdown. I can get going on that. Now I might actually work on finishing my husband's stocking. That will get 2 name bands done and only leave myself and then the 2 animals, which are a lower priority. And then I want to work on the countdown, and if I have, I have a little bit of knitting to do, but it won't be a ton. And then I want to work on my Modern Folk Embroidery 2022 a little bit, the year SAL. Okay, so I did film a little bit about the 2022 SAL and the two colors that I have, the two blues that I'm trying to choose between. So I'll insert that there. One is like a kind of long explanation about kind of the patterns and the colors that I've picked and I was trying to decide between. And then another one is, like I said, the swatch that I made this morning to decide. So I'll have you watch those now. So the Modern Folk Embroidery 2023 Stitch Along, I got my books yesterday. I spent some time paging through them. It's pretty amazing, all of the different options or like variations. It'll be really interesting to see how this, like how everyone's comes out and the differences. And so I kind of looked through a little bit and kind of just at first glance thought about like what I really liked and what I didn't. Not really liked and didn't, but like what, which design for each little chunk I would prefer over another. So Jacob has a chart in here that like breaks out and labels all of these different motifs so that you can like flip around and try to figure out like what all the options are. One thing that I noticed that I'm not sure, maybe this would be super obvious to people, maybe it's not obvious to you, is there's actually, I think, 5 options for this inside border if you purchase your extra circle. So there's the standard circle option. Yeah, it's the same for both. He has like both patterns on the back. So this is like option B and this is option A, and then these are the extras. So there's this like swirl pattern, and then there's 4 here. So just they're in the booklets as like this whole thing would be like option whatever, A or B or whatever. But just keep in mind that like these circles look like they're the same size. So if you, for example, like this inside, but you don't like this outside, you could choose any of the other 4, outside patterns. So just something to keep in mind there. Yeah, it's broken out really nicely month by month. So he's kind of like broken out the sections, and it seems like we're kind of working across. And so, yeah, I'm excited to start that. I'm thinking that I'll probably make a couple copies at least of, this is his chart with all the options, like all the different sections that you have to make a decision on. And so I was thinking I would like print this out and then like make notes in it, or kind of like, also I think it would be handy to have the chart on a separate, like not attached to the booklet, and then to have this laid out sort of like this so that you can see, okay, like it's the reindeer or the swan, because you can look at the patterns, but I think seeing it here is also helpful so that you can kind of compare like which ones you like. So that's just another tip. Maybe you've all figured that out, but okay, so I chose 36 count porcelain. I have a 1/4 yard here. This is Roxy Floss Co. linen. It's a beautiful piece. It's like a really great neutral. It's reading a little more cream. In my lighting right now, on the camera, it's reading a little more cream. In my lighting right now, it's reading just ever so slightly with like a pink undertone. But it's a really great neutral, and I love this piece. It is interesting because the dye lots are changing, and they were talking about that yesterday, or between 2 whips this week. Walked away to get another pattern here. So I'm like 90% sure porcelain. Okay, So I started Brenda Gervais' Rejoice Evermore on porcelain. This is my old porcelain. So you can see, like, it's just, this one's reading a little more, it's almost like a little more dirty porcelain than porcelain. I don't know. I have a dirty porcelain handy, I think. Where did I put it? Anyways, that's the piece I'm using. It varies with your dye lots and the, here it is, the colors, the stitch count, right, makes a difference too. So this is dirty porcelain. So it's definitely not, this is 40 count though. So I don't know, I'm happy with the color, don't get me wrong. It's just, it's important to know that, like, what I was expecting would be a little closer to this dirty, or to the first dye lot of porcelain. But anyways, so this Rejoice Evermore pattern is one of those patterns that's like, it haunts me that I haven't worked on it in months, and I really want to get back to it because what the little bit of stitching I've done on it, I've loved. But anyways, we'll get there. Okay, so my dirty porcelain side note is what I chose for Ellen's. Nope, I lied. Yes, it is. Sorry, I got like all these. It's one of my options for Ellen's maximum cross stitch. There's always room chart. Look, it's signed by her. I got to meet her when I got it. And so this is not a very well, I think I shoved this back. This is not how the floss packs come from Leo and from Evertote. I took it out and shoved it back in there. So the colors are beautiful. So that will be one, yeah. So that's what that is for. Okay, let's get back to what we were talking about. I get so distracted. Okay. I'm going to take it off the floss ring so we can play here. So I have my floss. I couldn't remember which was darker. So I knew when Jacob was talking about this pattern, he announced the launch. I had been to the Evertote workshop a few weeks prior, and I fell in love. I had a couple of these flosses, but I had fallen in love with these like darker bluey green, like just a slight green flosses, and I was like, I want to use like a dark blue, one of those flosses, and another color. And then when I looked at the listing on Evertote for the chart, Caroline and Hannah had actually picked out Amaretto and Great Lakes. And so it's like not quite rose gold, but it's like this really slightly pink taupey color. And then Great Lakes is this pretty like a pretty consistent, not a ton of variegation, blue floss color. And those colors are coming out fairly close on camera. So I think they look really great on the porcelain. So I ordered enough floss of these two colors, but I had really liked this color as well. So this is Seize the Day, and it's in the same family as Great Lakes. I actually have, the other one is, the third one is the one that Hannah picked out for me for my house for the Feast of Friendship. So let me grab that. That is Caspian. So I knew I wanted something a little bit less variegated, a little richer. But those three blues are kind of all in the same family. Caspian is like a beautiful variegated blue. So anyways, so now this is my dilemma. Do I want to do like this deeper blue, or like it's just a little bit, I don't know, like a little bit lighter. Just a slight bit more variegation in it. But then like the amaretto has some variegation, so is it like too much variegation if both of them are variegated? They're not heavily variegated. I don't know. So I do, this one to me, when you compare them, they're definitely blue. This is definitely blue. But like when you put them side by side, right? Like this one reads more, it's just darker, right? It's more like it's not black, but I think in the right light at first pass it could be read as black, where this one's, I feel like, just a little bit more muted. It has just a little bit more character, if that's the right word. I don't know. And so this is my dilemma. I think either one would turn out beautiful. I just don't know which one I want to start with. I thought about doing like a test swatch in the corner. So maybe I'll do that. Threads in the way here. Maybe I'll do that and then like get back to you about it. I think if we lay, let's see if I can, I mean, I've got a little bit of time to keep noodling on it, right? Because it's not, I've got a few weeks before the new year, and then we need to start it. Not need to, but get to. Why can't I find an end? Here it is. Okay, sorry about that. So you can see like that's Great Lakes and that Seize the Day. And I don't know right now that the color differences are coming in. Let's see if I can adjust there we go. That is reading pretty close to what I'm seeing. It might be a little bright, a little too, I think that is pretty close to what I'm seeing with my eyes right now. I have a daylight light in my overhead, like room light, and then I'm using an LED, but it's been pretty good with color, so I think my lighting is pretty good for daylight, so I think it's reading fairly well. I don't know, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will keep noodling. Okay, so I'm still waiting for my Imagine Landscapes clue, and so I was hoping to wait and film all at once this morning. So while I was waiting, I did have the chance to test swatch for the Modern Folk Embroidery 2023 SAL. So this one is Seize the Day, this one is Great Lakes, and then of course we have Amaretto. So Great Lakes, the darker one, is here. Amaretto, and then Seize the Day. My kitty is sad. That's what you hear in the background. So you can, I mean, you gotta look really close, but I feel like I can tell a little bit of a difference between the two. I do feel like I'm leaning towards Seize the Day. It's a little bit more obvious. I feel like that it's bluer. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm gonna try to zoom and leave it like down so that the lighting is better. Don't feel like that's super clear. I don't know if that's better or not. Yeah, so vote down below. Let me know what you think. Okay, so I hope you hung out for that whole giant random tangent about me trying to decide what blue I liked, what of two very similar blues I liked better. Let me know in the comments below if you have a vote for which one you like better. I think I'm leaning towards the lighter one, like I said, just because I feel like it reads just a little bit more blue. And I want it to be like, once it's up and finished and hanging, I want it to be a little more obvious that it is blue, and not just like a really dark bluish black. So yeah, let me know. I am going to rest and stitch and take care of myself today, and hopefully see you back tomorrow. I hope you have a great day.